Hello everybody, welcome back to the Matchday Tavern. How are we all doing? My name is Key. We are live for Chris Wilder's Sheffield United against Chris Davies Birmingham City at Bramall Lane. Two teams who maybe have outside chances, maybe have hopes, ambitions for promotion to the Premier League this season. You would hope they would be around the playoffs maybe. Sheffield United came very, very close. They got to the playoff final, didn't they? They got beat by Sunderland at last minute Tom Watson goal. Last season, maybe a disappointing year for Sunderland. For Sheffield United. Not great. Not a disappointing year for Sunderland. Very, very good year for Sunderland. Disappointing year for the Blades. Sheffield United struggled under Chris Wilder. But there's hope. There's ambition that maybe they can turn it round as we come into this season. This one is a 5:30 kickoff. We've got the lineups on the right-hand side. We'll go through them. In fact, we'll go through them now, bugger it. Been lots of surprising results already in the Championship today. West Brom winning away at Carrow Road was a shock. Middlesbrough turning it round late on to beat Lincoln City. Charlton beating Derby. What about that? Bristol City getting beaten by Millwall at home. Probably less surprising. QPR winning away at Pompey at Fratton Park. Tough result that. Stoke losing at home to Swansea. Vitor Matos Swansea getting off to a flying start. And obviously earlier today, Bolton beating Preston North End. Let's have a look at the lineup. So we'll start with Birmingham City. James Beadle starts in goal. Bright, Osei Samuel, Phil Newman, Christoph Clara and Alex Cochrane at the back. In midfield, Tomoki Iwata, new signing John Solis, who's coming from Girona, Carlos Vicente, Sung Ho Pike, August Prisker and Jay Stansfield are the attack. So no place as yet for Luis Vasquez. For Sheffield United, it is Michael Cooper in goal, Femi Sariki, Japhet Tanganga, Mark McGuinness, Sam McCallum at the back, Sadie Peck, Joe Rothwell, Rommel Donovan, Callum O'Hare in midfield. And up front, it's Patrick Bamford and former Everton striker Tom Cannon, who lead the line for the Blades tonight. Should be a very good game. Oh no, I've got the wrong kit. I'm always gutted when I pick the wrong kit on the thumbnail. I thought Birmingham would be in the blue, the lovely home blue kit. Instead, no, they're in the yellow kits at Bramall Lane today. Who have we got in the chat today? Whatever you're doing with your Saturday, lots of love. Appreciate you all coming in. Holly, how's it going? Liam, good to see you. Catherine, Oxford fan. Oxford was shocking. Yeah, it wasn't a great game today for Oxford against MK Dons, but they got a point in the end, right? Sarah, how's it going? Oxford fan. This charming Dan, that was a bit of a slip of the tongue for Key. I bet Sheffield United fans wish they'd had as bad a year as Sunderland. Yeah, truly terrible. I think we'd all, to be honest, we'd all quite have liked a terrible year that ends in European qualification in your first season back in the Premier League. That's not a bad year at all. Callum, how's it going? Blues are going to seal the deal for Munoz. Reports came out 20 mil rounding to 25. I wonder. Interesting. How are United getting on today? Because they were, I'm led to believe, getting beat by Ruben Amorim. Is that still the case, Chris Kamara? They're getting smashed. They're getting absolutely battered by Ruben Amorim's AC Milan, Chukwueze, Goncalo Ramos, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And United have got a full-strength crew out as well. Bruno Fernandes missing penalties. Who was worried about United? United are getting battered this season. How's it going, Taylor? Currently in Mallorca, Spain. Been chilling about by the pool. Lovely. Enjoy, mate. Beautiful. Have a lovely time. Sarah, I'm good. Thanks, Key. And yourself? I'm very good. I'm always good. You know me. I'm always good. Life's good. We're watching football. It's a lovely Saturday afternoon. What more do you want? I get to chat footy with you lovely people. I'm living the dream. D&D, AC Milan beating United 4-2. Go on then. Go on then. We love that. Michael Wilson, are you related to Lee Gunner? I'm not related to Lee Gunner, no. What makes you say that I am? Go on, I'll bite. What makes you say that I might be related to Lee Gunner? Adam Sahi hammering beating United up the AC. Hey, Albacete, let's go Birmingham. August Priska. Last season, look at that, 983 minutes, 1 goal out of 21 shots. But against Swansea, 1 goal, 1 shot. 100% conversion for August Priska. I'm going for 5-2 to AC Milan. Let's hope so. Fingers crossed. We're all rooting for an AC Milan trouncing. Key, I rate the FPL team name. Nice. Thank you. Appreciate it. Go and check it out, folks. If you want to join our Matchday Tavern FPL, you can join the league. The code is on the screen right now. You can go and join it. And see if you can beat me this season. See if you can get the better of Key in the FPL league. Shahid, hello Key and everyone in the chat. How are we all doing today? Good to see you, Shahid. Sam, underwhelming performance last night. No kidding. Was you there? It was an awful game. I mean, I thought Blackburn were much the better side. You got really, really lucky, didn't you, in the end with that penalty? Michael, you're the biggest Arsenal hater as you are obviously jealous of the squad. Well, no, I'm not. I wouldn't. I mean, maybe I am the biggest Arsenal hater. I don't know. I don't profess to be. If that's what you're saying I am, if that's the moniker that you're giving me, I'll take it, mate, gladly. I don't try to be. I don't hate Arsenal. But if that's what you're saying I am, then hey, I'll take it. I don't hate Arsenal at all. Liam says we're losing to a sacked manager. Pathetic. Go on then, Amarin. We like him. We like him a lot. This charming Dan, I saw on Twitter that Goldbridge said United were playing a poor Milan side. He must be tearing his hair out watching them lose 4-2. Is my good friend Harrison Burrows starting for Sheffield United? He's not, mate. No. Harrison Burrows today for Sheffield United. Harrison Burrows was phenomenal, though, for him last season. But yeah, I think he's out injured at the minute. The game is off and underway. Cheers, Dino. Thanks for the follow, mate. Carrick's wheels are going to fall off this season. I mean, I think he'll be sacked. There's no doubt that he'll be sacked, and I think Moyes will go at some point. They're my first 2 picks for managers to leave. But yeah, Sam, I don't know if you're still in the chat, mate. Sam, I'd be intrigued to hear what you thought about that Wolves game last night. As a Wolves fan, I don't know if you were at Molineux for the game, but let me know what you thought about it. I thought you were quite lucky, to be honest, to get that penalty at the end. Do you think Areola survives the season? Questionable. I don't know. I think that I've got to be honest, Jimmy. I think with our fans, I was really disappointed with our fans last season. Corner to Sheffield United over the bar. Yeah, I was mega disappointed by our fans last season. And well, not all of our fans, but you know what I mean. A large cross section that I think turned on Slot very, very early, and that's not Liverpool Football Club. We've never done that. We've never ever done that. There was managers, well, Slot was called out to be sacked at like September. There's people wanting him sacked in September. So for me, I think Areola's on a hide into nothing, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if he does end up leaving before the end of the season. I hope I'm wrong. I really root him for Areola. Pete Green, all our lasses and owls, so come on the Brummies. Come on the Brummies. I don't mind either, to be honest. I guess I really like Neil Warnock, and Warnock obviously had a long old spell at Sheffield United. And there's a lot of players who've played for Birmingham City, and I've really enjoyed watching them as well. So, yeah, I think I'd probably lean more towards, if I was a fan of either club, I'd probably say I'm more of a Birmingham fan than I am a Sheffield United fan, but I'm neither really. I've no horse in the race. I've honestly no horse in the race. I guess we'll see when one goal goes in. I'll either cheer or I'll scowl. I don't know. We'll see. I'll find out which team I like the most. Evening, Adam. Callum says Moyes won't get sacked unless he's too stubborn. Unless he's too stubborn. I think he'll get sacked, mate, because Everton fans have been pushing for him to be sacked for quite some time, haven't they? Sam, first half, we were decent. You were. Yes, you were very, very good first half. You were the better side. I'm worried about the defence. It needs work in those areas. The attack has a lot of quality. Second half, we just didn't do enough, and that wasn't a pen. I think, yeah, to be honest, every one of us in the chat who were kind of neutrals, independent football fans just watching that game, I think many felt hard done by for Blackburn. I thought they played well enough to win that game. It's a good ball in. Birmingham headed away. Sheffield United, it's going to be a free kick. Priska just a little bit too heavy on Tanganga there. But yeah, I agree with you, mate. I agree. I think Wolves weren't good enough last night and they need to do much, much better if they are going to be coming up straight back up to the Premier League. I think lots of people seem to think they will do, me included. But yeah, if Wolves are going to come back up, they've got to do much better than that last night. Alan said, Adam, my ranking of Big Six managers: 6 De Zerbi, 5 Iraola, 4 Carrick, 3 Maresca, 2 Xabi Alonso, 1 Arteta. Okay. I don't know, you know. I don't know. I think out of all of their achievements, if you were to rank their achievements, that would be a completely different list, wouldn't it? Like, what's Carrick ever achieved in management that's so impressive? Whereas if you ranked Iraola and what he's achieved, and you ranked De Zerbi and what he's achieved, and Xabi Alonso and what he's achieved, I would argue that that Maresca would be somewhere closer to the bottom and Arteta wouldn't be top. Ollie, good lad. I'm back from yesterday, mate, to watch Birmingham. Good lad. Sariki's got the ball on the right-hand side, throws it in for Sheffield United. Whipped into the box. Good ball and great defending. Is he going to go behind for a corner? No. It's going to be picked up on this left-hand side for Sheffield United. Still 4-2 to AC Milan in that Manchester United game. Ramel Donovan, who has come in from Brentford this season. Again, very, very highly thought of Ramel Donovan. He's only on loan from Brentford. They still think there's a real player in there. They didn't want to lose him. But Sheffield United might be able to get a good tune out of him this season. Long ball up the touchline. Here's Priska, held off by Tanganga, who does really well. It's going to be a good battle, that, today. 2 big physical units. Good ball down the left-hand side. Sheffield United drive forward. Great defending. And it's gone out for a corner kick. Excellent defending, though, by Clara. Callum, what blue with a brain once Moyes gone? Look at the Moyes. Look at the progress compared to the Dyche, Benitez and Lamps days. And with Bournemouth, Sunderland, Palace in Europe and us bringing more firepower, higher chance we get top 10. I don't think Everton are going to be anywhere near top 10 personally. Adam, I consider Carrick to be a good coach as he revived a team. I don't think he revived the team. I think the team just needed a change from what Amorim was doing. And I think any manager could have come in and got that tune out of Man United. They just needed to come in and put him back in a 4-4-2. I don't think Carrick gets too much praise from me for that last season. I think he gets a little bit, but not so much that I would put him as one of the best managers in the Premier League. He's done nothing in his managerial career so far, apart from 6 months at Man United. Catherine had a great time, got a lucky pretzel at half time. Nice, Catherine. Good, I'm glad you enjoyed the game. Okay, Sheffield United down the left-hand side with McCallum. We're going to be a long throw into the box. Calvin Phillips on the bench today as well, by the way. Manchester City, loanee to Sheffield United. Have to wonder whether or not that's the end of his top-flight career now. Hopefully he can rejuvenate himself out on loan. But he's not yet managed it, has he, since going back out to Ipswich and various other places while he's been at City. West Ham he was at for a brief spell, right? There's Chris Wilder. Look at that. Summer transfers for Sheffield United. They've brought in Calvin Phillips and Ramel Donovan on loan, as well as Matt Doherty on a free. Jack Footy. Hello, who do you support? I'm a Liverpool fan, Jack. Who do you support? Good ball forward. Excellent clearance from Cooper. And Birmingham City have a throw in on the halfway line. Oh, for some reason the telly went off then. Jack, I support Arsenal. Do you get many on here? I hear people think you hate us, but the clips seem out of context a lot of the time. To be honest, I've just started this second channel. So I had Premier League Dad, which got up to 23,000 subscribers. We were getting 2 million views a month. I've just started this brand new channel, the Matchday Tavern. We started it just before the World Cup, so we're a couple of months in. Just broke 1,000 subscribers, and yeah, I assume once the Premier League season starts going again, it'll do quite well as well. So yeah, we seem to get more. It's more and more. It's getting busier and busier every single day. And yeah, if you enjoy watching football, whoever your team is, we're going to be watching Arsenal City tomorrow at the Community Shield. But this is what we do on the Matchday Tavern. If you're new here, this is what we do day in, day out. We watch at least one game every single day. We watched Notts County v Leicester earlier in League One at 12:30. We're now watching this one. Tomorrow we're going to be doing the Community Shield, and then I'm going to be watching my beloved Liverpool against Como to see whether or not Araujo plays, or maybe we'll see if Jacke or Leone gets off the bench. Be interesting to see how Munoz, Isak, etc. all play tomorrow. And then on Monday, we're back to the Championship again, Cardiff and Wrexham. So lots and lots of footy every single day. Next week, we've got the Champions League as well. Celtic are playing in the Champions League next week. Brighton are in the Conference League next week. Lots and lots of footy. Cheers, Jack. Thanks very much, mate. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming on. And yeah, hopefully you stick around or pop in as and when you're able to. It's always good to have plenty of different footy fans in. I'm not an Arsenal hater, no, for what it's worth. I didn't want you to win the league last season because I thought you played quite poor football, disappointing, dull football. And I think most Arsenal fans who came in agreed with that, to be fair. But they weren't bothered, as I can understand, because who cares? You've won the league. But you were a pretty dull side to watch. Dirty Leeds, evening Key, good to see you, pal. Good to see you, mate. How's things? Cheers, Adam. Thank you. How do you feel about Bezos buying into Liverpool? I mean, he's not going to have a seat on the board. He's not really going to do a whole lot. The money that's gone in is secondary. It's a secondary investment rather than a primary investment, which means that it goes to FSG. It doesn't actually go into the team or the club. So the club doesn't really benefit in any way from this 1.5 billion investment. It's not really going to help us in any short way. Cheers, Jack. Yeah, absolutely. Good to see you, man. Good header from Sheffield United, headed away. It's going to be a corner to Birmingham on that left-hand side. So, yep, Gamer Guru, Welshwing, George, Rasta, lots and lots of Arsenal fans come in. Usually once the season gets going, mate, you'll see plenty, I'm sure. He'll buy him out. Well, I don't think he will necessarily, no. I think Bezos will be one of many who are involved, and I think FSG will go. But I don't think it... From a football perspective, it doesn't really change anything from the short term, at least. Good ball in. Terrible ball in, actually. Birmingham put it straight out. It's going to be a throw-in on the far side. Awful ball in. How's it going, Daz? Arsenal v City prediction for tomorrow. I think it's going to be 0-0 and penalties. Yeah, something tells me 0-0 and penalties. I don't expect a fast or frenetic game. It's going to be quite cagey, let's say that. Dirty Leeds, what do you think of our chances of signing Leao? I mean, hey, if you can get Leao, I think that'll be a hell of a signing for Leeds. You've already pulled off some really good business this summer. Elvedi's just come in, that's brilliant. You've obviously got Muaremovic, fantastic centre-back. Harry Wilson was a smart signing. It remains to be seen just how Leeds... If you do get Rafa Leao, honestly, that's an astonishing signing. Jack, I've never liked Mikel Arteta as a manager. I was Arteta out from probably 21-22 and still am. I don't think winning the league's automatic grounds for a long-term contract. We'll see this season. Well, there was a lot of Arsenal fans. This is it. We've talked about this a lot. I don't want to labour the point, but like as good as it was that you won the league and you were the best team in the league and that's undisputed, and for me, you'll win it again this season. I'm not sure that Mikel Arteta is so universally liked anyway at Arsenal just because of the style of play. Arsenal fans unanimously are pretty much, they acknowledge it's not a great style of play, it's not entertaining, but it seems to get the job done. But he spent £1 billion and had 7 years to win one league title. Could he have done better? Should he have done better? Would Unai Emery with that money have done better? I believe so. I think Unai Emery's an undoubtedly better manager than Mikel Arteta, plays better football. I don't think Arteta could have done what Emery's done at Villa. But, to each their own. I think if Arteta hadn't won the league last season, there would have been a lot of calls for him to be sacked. So that's how tight it was. That's how big of a margin it was, I think. Jack Footy, I think tomorrow, Community Shield will be 1-1 Arsenal. On pens, okay. Now where is Jelly hiding? Exactly, where is Jelly? Man United getting beat 4-2 by Ruben Amorim's AC Milan. John, Luke Shaw is the bottom 10 humans of all time. Oh, God. Luke Shaw. Right down there with the worst of all time. Judas Iscariot. Luke Shaw. City of Northfield, don't worry. I'll be happy to remind him whenever he returns. I'm sure he'll be back soon. Birmingham, really, really good defending. Adam says, long throw in the Championships seems more appropriate than in the Prem. Well, it seems a lot more prevalent, doesn't it? I mean, we've seen that even in the League One game earlier, Notts County and Leicester City, lots of long throws into the box. We're already seeing that here. Teams in the Championship utilising that long throw. Good ball, good run into the box. And, that was a naughty one, that, on the right-hand side from... Is Clara down? Clara's up, he's okay. He's up. Adam says, no Bruno in FPL, worth it or not? Which Bruno are you talking about? Bruno Fernandes or Bruno G? Great touch for the Notts County goal today. Great touch. Great touch. What touch? It was a ball in from the right. It was a header that hit the post and came back out. Are we talking about the first touch when it came back off the post? Jack, his football is anti-football. I can't stand it, especially the Champions League final. Yes, it was smart. I understand that. But it gets to the point where scamming wins isn't rewarding anymore. I just don't think that would fly at any other club. I think Liverpool, Man United, Liverpool fans basically forced out a successful manager in Arne Slot because they didn't like his style of football or what they thought was his style of football. So I agree with you, mate. I do. I think Arsenal need to play a bit more progressive and a bit more attacking this season. There's a lot of Arsenal fans have been telling me they're going to do that. I don't think it's the case, but we'll see. I'm not sure Mikel Arteta will be that keen on changing a winning formula, but we'll see. We'll see. I could be wrong. Jack, anyway, Birmingham will probably win today. Really good and built-up team. I like a lot of Birmingham's signings. I mean, they've got a hell of a bench today. You've got Luis Vasquez, who former Boca Juniors striker. He was at Getafe last season. He's a really, really good striker. There's Max Bird, of course, who was at Bristol City. He's been signed from Bristol City last season. Former Derby player as well, Max Bird. They've got Dale Fry on the bench. Fujimoto. Damari Gray, of course, very experienced. Ethan Laird, former Man United defender. Patrick Roberts and Christopher Lund as well. So lots and lots of experience on the bench, and that's before you get back, your players like Leonard, Dutch, who aren't in the team. Sheffield United, it'll be interesting to see if they can kick on this season. Finners Matty, my predictions this season: Sheffield United 10th, Birmingham 12th. Do you think so? Let me know in the chat. What are you thinking, predictions-wise, where these two teams will finish? Do you think they do have a reasonable chance of having a good run at the playoffs, based off what we've seen, transfer business? Do both managers finish the season in the job, by the way? Adam, ideal right-back for Liverpool. I don't consider Frimpong an actual right-back. Well, there's noise about Hector Fort from Barcelona coming in as another full-back option. I really like Freeman. We talked about him earlier for Everton, but I think Freeman from Villarreal, he's a young USA right-back. Did very well at the World Cup. I'd quite happily have him at Liverpool. Adam, I meant Bruno Fernandes in the FPL. Worth it or not? I don't think so, no. I think Bruno Fernandes might be a lot less effective this season for Man United than he was last. Yeah, Freeman from Villarreal is worth looking at. Catherine says Birmingham City 8th, Sheffield United 11th. Edge of the box, Birmingham. It's going to go out for a throw-in on the far side. Corner played short by Birmingham. They laid it off to the edge of the box. It was a decent strike, that. Very, very decent strike from, I think it was Vicente, wasn't it? Yeah, Carlos Vicente, who's come in from Alaves last season. But Vicente with a strike edge of the box, and it was blocked by Bamford, who was back defending for Sheffield United. Claim for a penalty. Big claim for a penalty. They're all chasing the ref. I tell you what, massive claim. Referee's not having any of it. Priska went down there, and it might have been a potential penalty. I mean, there's no check. There's no VAR, obviously. But let's see. As the ball comes down, Priska goes to kick it. I mean, do you know what? McCallum doesn't get any of the ball. I don't think it's enough to give a penalty. Priska... Nah, don't know. Not for me. Not for me. Tough one. Dirty Leeds key, it's mad seeing Leicester down in League One. They still have some very good players at the club. They're still trying to get rid of quite a few of them, to be honest. We were talking about Oliver Skipp earlier. Oliver Skipp is on 50 grand a week. 50 grand a week at Leicester City. Hamza Chowdhury on similar, to be honest, and a couple of players they'll probably try and move on. You can't be on 50 grand a week in League One. Those are players that will cripple Leicester City's debt. Jack says, I really wanted Arteta and Berta to go out and buy Yildiz and Osimhen, but instead we've got Bruno G and Solis, who were brilliant, especially Bruno, but it's not ideal for a title-defending side. Yeah, that's not a penalty, just watching it back. It's defo not a pen. City of Northfield, don't listen to him. He hates Bruno. He's going to get you a lot of points. He's the only set-piece taker, corners, penalties, assists. The attack still goes to him. Hasn't he missed 2 penalties in pre-season already, though? Has he? I'm sure he has. City of Northfield, few other players are so the focal point of a team. He doesn't get injured and plays 90 minutes each time. He's an FPL no-brainer. He's a lot of money. A lot of money in FPL. I can understand why some people have swerved Bruno this season. Sheffield United, edge of the box. Here's McCallum. Got to get the ball in. Birmingham clear it away. Very scrappy opening 25 minutes in this game. He has, but he'll still take them all. He will. I'm sure he will. Set piece FC's defence of the title begins next week. Let's go. Well, psychologically, it begins tomorrow, Reese, doesn't it? You can lay the first glove on probably your biggest challengers in Manchester City. And, you know, this is where it takes... Like, if City were to beat Arsenal 3 or 4-0 tomorrow, immediately, that insecurity complex that Arsenal have, even though they're title winners, you know, a 3 or 4-0 defeat by City tomorrow, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, not good. Now, I don't think that'll happen, by the way, but you know what I mean. It's not an unimportant game. It's certainly got consequences if City and Arsenal lose heavily. Probably more so for Arsenal, who I do think still have that slight complex when it comes to City. Even though they got over the line last season. Sheffield United dancing around the edge of the box. Good ball over to the right-hand side. I see Samuel. Oh, side netting. Was it Bamford with an overhead kick? Unlucky. I tell you what. Sariki it was who put the cross in. I say Samuel couldn't get to him. Deflected, actually. I think it took a deflection off. Was it Cochrane in the end? I think it was Cochrane took a deflection off him. Sariki with the cross in. Deflection off Cochrane. Patrick Bamford with a scissor kick, bicycle kick into the side netting. Sheffield United with the first meaningful shot on target. What a brew! How's it going, Keelad? Long time. How's it going, mate? Good to see you. Very good, thank you. Joe says, Sky Sports, Newcastle in talks to sign João Palhinha. I thought it was mad, by the way. Can we just talk about that? How there's been... Højbjerg has been approached by Newcastle. He's decided not to go. He wants to stay. And in the end, Marseille have taken the captaincy off him to try and force him out. Jack says, I don't understand the hate towards the Community Shield in Spain, Germany, France, Italy, etc. It's one of the biggest events of their domestic calendars. They call theirs the Super Cups. Yeah, Super Cups versus our Community Shield. It's the curtain raiser. It's always been the curtain raiser to the British, well, the English football season. It's at the Millennium Stadium tomorrow, by the way, as well. I don't know if people have seen. It's not actually at Wembley. So tomorrow we're going to be watching it at the Community... The Millennium Stadium, which I think is now called some sort of sponsored name. Good, mate. So happy the footy's back. You and me both, mate. Yeah, it's been a long old time. Good ball in. Birmingham. Oh, Pike with a little flick on at the near post. Good ball in from Cochrane. Pike got a got ahead to it, but just couldn't quite get enough on it, and it goes behind for a goal kick to the Blades. Dirty Leeds, do you think your club is doing enough for a challenge this season, Keith? No, we're never going to challenge this season. We're nowhere near the challenge. Nowhere near a Premier League title challenge this season. Forget Liverpool being anywhere close to that. Joe says, Marseille need the money, don't they? Financial troubles. Not sure about selling their captain, though. Mad. Mad how clubs like that get into so much rubbish and financial debt. Gamer Guru, if it was called the English Club Champions Cup, people would be all over it. They should call it something like, not the Super Cup, like obviously the Super Copper is what they call it, but like, I don't know, like the grand. There's got to be something a little bit more prestigious than Community Shield. I thought even Charity Shield was a lot better. But Charity Shield, Community Shield don't make sense. The Champions Shield. Oh, this is a great effort, Birmingham. If they can get the ball right here. No, Sheffield United have flooded back and they've messed it up, Birmingham. Oh, it's poor. But now still somehow in the area. Vicente, it's going to go all the way back. Ree says the Super Cup is the equivalent to the Carabao Cup. And Bradley says Amarim's first win as Milan manager would be against Man United, wasn't it? I love it. Just rename it the English Plate. The English Plate. Jack, I think we should call it the English Champions Challenge Shield. Sounds a little bit like the rugby league. Like they have the league leaders shield, don't they, in rugby? Gamer Guru, this is a secret Arsenal fan channel no matter what Key says. Reese, the Curtain Raiser Cup. The Curtain Raiser Cup would be good. Yep. Call it the Everton Cup, lad. What, because Everton are never going to get their hands on it? Key's Don Robbie in disguise. I'll have an obligatory rap video coming out at the end of the season. Top of the league. Now rival fans grieve, or whatever he said. Oh, it's bad. It's really bad. City of Northville, that'll put a battery in Amarim's back early season 2. You just know his wife is going to be sore tomorrow. Fucking hell. Oh. Handsome fella, Ruben Amarim. For sponsorships, the McDonald's Challenge Shield. Well, it's not sponsored by McDonald's anymore. I only found this out yesterday because I was doing the thumbnail, and the logo that I had was the McDonald's Community Shield, and I found out that they stopped sponsoring the Community Shield in about 2022. So now it's just the FA Community Shield. Bradley, weird way to pronounce Michael Carrick. Dirty Leeds, I think Sunderland are going to struggle this season. Thursday, Sunday matches can see them being in a relegation battle. I'm not sure about relegation. I'd say the same with Bournemouth. I think both Bournemouth and Sunderland will have a little bit of a fall off. Brighton, listen, Brighton for the last 2 seasons have been about 5 points off a Champions League place. Don't sleep on Fabian Herzler and Brighton. I really do think Brighton are a really good side, and Fabian Herzler's, I think, he's a top manager in waiting. I like him. Fulham's the one for me. Fulham's the outsider that I imagine will go down. Cochrane with a free kick for Birmingham. They are about 60 yards out. Left of centre. About level with the penalty area. Just about to swing it in left-footed. Always dangerous, these free kicks. He's floated it rather than curled it. And it's so easy. Sheffield United get it away. Bradley, Vuskovic, great signing as well. Yeah, Vuskovic, I think, is a good one. Brighton will be up there again. I don't think any team really surprises us. I'm still confident it's Hull, Coventry and Ipswich going down. City of Northville, he's going to end up being at a Big Six club. You can bet on it. Yeah, for sure. Fabian Hürzeler's done really well. Would you have had Hürzeler if you could have picked someone to replace Slot? I actually think in many ways I would have preferred Hürzeler to Areola. I think his football requires a lot less changes to Liverpool's approach. I think Fabian Hürzeler's done a fabulous job at Brighton, and he's sustained it as well. And he's done it without having huge, long gaps of draws and defeats, winless runs, as Areola has. And he doesn't require training 7 days a week, and he doesn't require players to basically overexert themselves massively and struggle with injuries. Would you have taken Ten Hag? No, I wouldn't have taken Ten Hag. Apparently, by the way, so Chelsea, Morgan Rogers has scored for Chelsea. Newcastle were getting beat, weren't they, by... Newcastle got beat today, did they? Did they get beat? Yeah, 2-1 by Leverkusen. They were a goal down within 60 seconds. So Newcastle fans not particularly happy with the start from them. Bradley, he's 33, Hürzeler. And he was the youngest manager in the entire Football League when he took over at Brighton. And he's been there now for, two and a bit years? Yeah, he's a really, really good manager. FPL Have a Pint says Newcastle will be down by Christmas. Derby record broken. I don't see Newcastle going down, but I think they'll probably they'll struggle. They'll struggle, but they won't go down. They'll be fine. I think they'll end up being about 14th, 13th. Take it easy, Oxford fan. See you soon, mate. Bradley must have been weird for Milner being coached by him. But he was calling his manager's son. Dirty Lead says, if we finish top 10, do you think so-called bigger clubs would look at Farke, or is he not fashionable enough? No, he's not fashionable enough as a manager, I don't think, Daniel Farke. He's a manager that someone like... I don't want to take this the wrong way, but someone like Everton, who kind of aspire to be in and around the European places, but maybe haven't... They've spent the money. Everton have spent the money to get in and around those places, but... They've never been able to get a manager that can deliver it. So I think a team like Everton would go for Daniel Farke. But no, I think in many ways he's probably more suited to Leeds. I do want maybe I tell you what could appeal to Daniel Farke, because Leeds are obviously affiliated loosely with the Red Bull group. I wonder whether Daniel Farke could be poached by a Leipzig or a if he fancies a change in scenery, the New York Red Bulls. Jack says soon football teams are going to get sponsored. Papa John's City FC live at the Etihad Stadium versus Tesla United FC. Join us from Manchester, sponsored by Powerade. Absolutely, hydration breaks every 10 minutes. Joe says, Key, I've never seen an overreaction as bad as this, like some embarrassing takes by some. I mean, you've got to acknowledge, Joe, that you've sold a lot of your best players, and none of the players that you've brought in are in any way experienced. So, however promising you or I might think those players are, they're still not experienced in the Premier League. They're still kids. And, you can't sell Bruno Guimaraes and go and get Stur from Ajax and expect no drop-off. You can't sell Anthony Gordon on the left-hand side and go and get some kid from Hoffenheim and expect no drop-off. You can't sell Tonali and bump Lewis Miley up to maybe more of a first team role, or Aladji Bamba, who played 18 games in France last season, and expect there's no drop off. There'll definitely be a drop off for Newcastle, but it's just how big of a drop off. Audio says need over 1.5 and under 4.5. Well, I need over 1.5 in this as well, and so far I think that's a terrible shout. I don't think there's going to be over 1.5 in this. We've barely had a shot on target. The keepers haven't even been worked. 39 minutes in. Joe says, yeah, but come on, mate. These relegation shouts are horrendous. They're not unfounded, though, are they? If you think about it, you've got Coventry, Ipswich and Hull. Coventry and Ipswich have made what some would consider to be pretty decent signings. Hull haven't been terrible, but they're teams that are kind of like going up, and Newcastle are going down, really, aren't they? So momentum matters, trajectory matters, and I can understand, even if I don't agree with it, you don't agree with it, I can understand why some would say, who's your dark horse for this Premier League season to get relegated? I think Newcastle. I don't think that's a terrible shout. I don't agree with it. I don't think they'll go down, but it's not ridiculous. It's the same as Fulham. I'm saying Fulham. I think Fulham have got that, Fulham fans would look at me like I've got two heads and say, why? Why do you think Fulham are going to get relegated? It's because we all think at some point Alvaro Arbeloa is going to get sacked. Dara 1-0 to Celtic in the Scottish Cup. Jack says Tottenham Hotspur are the definition of anti-England. They're Americanising our sport and music world. Callum, don't worry, Joe, lad. He thought Everton might go down last season. Yeah, but I'm not saying Newcastle will this season. Shahid says Liverpool owners want to expand Anfield to a 100,000-seater stadium in near future. Do you agree, Key? That wouldn't be possible. No, wherever you've read that, mate, that's not possible. We haven't got the room to add another 30,000 seats. It would have to be an entirely new season, an entirely new stadium. Okay, Pike with a free kick for Birmingham, whipped in, laid out to the edge of the box. Cochrane with a strike, good block from Sheffield United. And Birmingham recycle it and pick it back up. Callum says, if that Palace manager gets sacked, Dyche is nailed on for that job. He loves McNeil. Pierre Sage, yeah, I wonder if he'll be able to do something for Palace in the same way Glasner did. Thank you, Sarah. What a brew. Do you think we'll ever get a new stadium? I wouldn't want it, but wouldn't be surprised. Personally, I don't think we ever should. Not in my lifetime. I'd be devastated if Anfield ever went. I think Anfield is one of those, great football cathedrals that I don't want a soulless ball. I think Liverpool, if Liverpool ever moved out of Anfield, it's the day we become like every other club. And in many ways, Liverpool are like every other club. Of course, football's changed. But I always feel like Anfield is what makes us unique, what makes us special, and the fans and the connection to the city, the fact that the stadium is so sort of integrated in the community as well. It's not on like a campus. It's not like, like you look at Old Trafford and the way the New Trafford and the way that they want to build that. It's mad. It's like going to a theme park. Hotels and restaurants all around it and everything. It's like going to the Trafford Centre. So yeah, I personally would never want us to get a new stadium. Sam says we are very close to signing Jordan James for 10 million. That is a great signing for Wolves. I really like him. He was brilliant for Leicester last season. Birmingham strike, comfortably wide. No danger at all there. Well, I've got a half-time quiz coming up in just a few minutes, so if you want to stick around for the half-time quiz, I've got a decent one. City of Northville, how did Man United get here? The new owners. Jeff Bezos is the fuse being lit. And this is why, listen, I'm always nervous when any club changes owners because you never know what's going to happen with them. Like, they could be brilliant for us. They could be absolutely brilliant for us. I think FSG have been fantastic owners for Liverpool. They've made mistakes, but they've been fantastic. When I look around at other clubs and owners they've had, the Glazers, you look at Chelsea's owners and what's gone on over there, and I really would hate to see Liverpool being run that way. And FSG, I think, are getting out now. They've had a great run. They've made Liverpool very, very successful, but I really worry anyway. I worry probably more than I should about this whole Bezos thing. Audios, I take it I'm on all of them, mate. Yeah, I'm on all of them right now. I'm on all of them. YT, purple one, green one. Martinez and Juventus. Emiliano Martinez going to Juventus. And Aston Villa going getting Zion Suzuki, by the way, who was about to join PSG. PSG have pulled out of that deal, allegedly because of his agent's demands. There was a big agent fee that was required and commissions and things like that PSG just didn't believe was reasonable. And they've pulled out of that deal. So all of a sudden, Zion Suzuki, who was about to go to PSG, now looking like he's going to go to Aston Villa. Gamer Guru, if the Barcola deal falls through, would you have Nico Williams instead, Key? No. I think if the Barcola deal falls through, then Gakpo doesn't go. Ball over. Good claim. Really good claim from Cooper. But the Barcola deal will go through, by the way. I'm not concerned by that at all. PSG have got 9 attackers now. You can't have 9 attackers. And it's not sustainable, especially when one of them's worth 120 million quid and it's a depreciating asset. It makes no sense from a business perspective to keep that guy around, does it? He's got 2 years left on his contract. He's made it clear he doesn't want to sign. His money's only going. That's interesting. I think Williams will be a good buy. I mean, I don't think he's a bad player. I think I'd honestly, if we weren't going for Barcola for whatever reason and we needed to go and get someone else, there's probably other left wingers I'd look at and think I'd prefer them before Nico Williams. Callum, 12 and Jantu and Mbai 2. No, it's not 12, it's 9 with Mbai and Njantu. Torres for 50 million odd was a good buy for PSG. Yep, they've got Torres, they've got Akliouche, and they're very close to completing the signing of Mika Gertz, which all of a sudden that makes it a bit more congested in that PSG attack, and I just don't think there's a world in which Barcola and Mbai stay. I think both will leave. Whether both come to Liverpool, I don't know, but I think both will definitely leave. RB Leipzig very close to getting Mbai, and with the whole Jan Diamand saga, PSG backed out of that one in the end, didn't they? Said, no way. If you're going to be funny arses with us over Jan Diamand, we'll just be funny arses with you. City of Northville, that's where I am at. Any signing is better than nothing. I'll take breathing humans at this point. And 3-star, yes. Coventry City about to sign Taiwo Awoniyi. I mean, that's Coventry going down for me. That's confirmed. Van der Sar, greetings from Greece. Panathinaikos only. Lots of love to Panathinaikos. Okay, halftime quiz. Here we go, halftime quiz. Let me update the headline and we can do our thing. So, halftime quiz. There you go. Top 20 Birmingham City goal scorers in the Premier League. Seeing as we're watching Sheffield United and Birmingham, I thought we'd do a little bit, see if we can jog your memory on Birmingham in the Premier League. There's a lot of names that will all be very familiar to you if you're of a certain age. Going back to the early noughties. Lots of names that you'll remember. Top 20 Birmingham City goal scorers in the Premier League. Kevin Phillips is right. Kevin Phillips is 16th. Gamer Guru, depends how stubborn PSG are. They love to piss money away. They do, but I also think they see Barcola almost as their son. They feel quite responsible for him, and I think letting him rot in the reserves or rot on a substitutes bench, he's too good for that, and it doesn't bode well. That's a bad look, isn't it? If you're trying to attract young players to the club, and that young player says, I want to leave, and PSG say, well, we're not getting good value for you, so you can just sit on the bench. When a player says he wants to leave, the club have, I think, an obligation to try and facilitate that. Otherwise, you look really bad to new players potentially coming in. Forsell is right. Yes, Mikel Forsell is centre forward. Nikola Zigic is right. Yes, Nikola Zigic is 15th. Not Good Johnson, no. Not Good Johnson. Not Jack Wilshere. Jack Wilshere never played for Birmingham, did he? Birmingham City goal scorers in the Premier League. Think back to the early noughties. Clinton Morrison, Dan. Well done. Clinton Morrison is 5th. We've so far got Mikel Forsell, Clinton Morrison, Kevin Phillips. Emile Heskey is right, yes. Emile Heskey sold from Liverpool straight to Birmingham. He did very well. Robbie Savage. Yes, Robbie Savage is right. Robbie Savage played for Birmingham for a very long time in the early noughties. Trevor Francis. Not quite Trevor Francis, no. Cameron Jerome is right, yep. Cameron Jerome, 2nd. Sebastian Larsson, yes. Sebastian Larsson is there. Sebastian Larsson is 3rd. David Dunn, yes. David Dunn and Christophe Dugarry, World Cup winner. Christophe Dugarry, both right. Stern John. Stern John wants the highest international goal scorer to play in the Premier League. I thought that was a fantastic stat once upon a time. Stern John scored more goals for his country than any other player to play in the Premier League. Once upon a time. That's not the case anymore. Lee Bowyer is correct, as is Craig Gardner. Well done, yes. Stern John, Lee Bowyer, Cameron Jerome, James McFadden. Yes, James McFadden is correct. There's a former Chelsea player in there, albeit he was only at Chelsea very briefly before he came to Birmingham. There's a Villa defender. Jeff Horsfield is 20th. I was going to say Jeff Horsfield was my next clue. Obviously, the famous Great Escape from West Brom, he scored. Robbie Savage we've got, not Matt Derbyshire, not Obafemi Martins, believe it or not, Dude McDudson. Love the name, by the way. Yeah, not Obafemi Martins. Liam Ridgewell is right, yes. Liam Ridgewell, centre-back, played for Birmingham after Aston Villa as well, I believe. Not Barry Ferguson, no. Not Barry Ferguson. Top 20 Birmingham City Premier League goal scorers. If you've just joined us, this is the halftime quiz. So far, we've got Jeff Horsfield, Kevin Phillips, Christophe Dugarry, David Dunn, Liam Ridgewell, Stern John, James McFadden, Lee Bowyer, Craig Gardner, Robbie Savage, Clinton Morrison, Emile Heskey, Sebastian Larsson, Cameron Jerome, and top of the tree is Mikel Forsell. There was a centre-forward whose nickname was the Rifle. That might give you a clue. The Rifle. He was brilliant as well. He was fantastic. Maybe not so much at Birmingham. He arrived later in his career, but he was an unbelievable player. Mika Gertz has signed his contract at PSG, so now the Barcola deal will accelerate. Pandiani. Well done, Walter Pandiani. Good shout, Adam. Not Paul Furlong, no. There's 3 left to get, and they are... One of them was a signing from Auxerre, French midfielder. Played with Djibril Cissé at Auxerre. I think he played at Marseille as well for a spell. The other one is the former Chelsea winger. And another one, I don't think you'll get, to be honest. He's a really difficult one. The rifle, Angus Gunn. Not Angus Gunn. Walter Pandiani, that one was. Brian Hughes was number 19. He played for Birmingham in about 2002. He was an attacking midfielder from Liverpool. Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to get him. That was a tough one. But there's 2 others that I would expect you to get. Oliver Capo, well done. Oliver Capo is correct. And the former Chelsea winger who went and played for Birmingham City is Jiri Jarosik. Jiri Jarosik. So there you go. That's the top 20 Birmingham City Premier League goal scorers. Jeff Horsfield is number 20. Number 19 is Brian Hughes. Number 18, Jiri Jarosik. 17, Oliver Capo. 16, Kevin Phillips. 15, Nikola Zigic. 14, Christophe Dugarry. 13, David Dunn. 12, Walter Pandiani. 11, Liam Ridgewell. 10, Stern John. 9, James McFadden. 8, Lee Bowyer. 7, Craig Gardner. 6, Robbie Savage. 5, Clinton Morrison. 4, Emil Heskey. 3, Sebastian Larsson. 2, Cameron Jerome. And number 1 is Mikael Forsell. There you go. Threw him book on the floor. Raiswe, who's playing better? 7 out of 8 on my I need Birmingham to win. I would say out of the 2 teams that are playing today, I would say Birmingham are the better of the 2, but they aren't playing particularly well where you look at them and think there's going to be a goal. If I'm honest, this looks like it's got 0-0 all over it. I don't want to be... Hopefully that is the commentator's curse right there. Hopefully I've given this game the kiss of death and it's going to be 4-4 in the second half. But yes, I think this one is far more likely to finish 0-0 than it is Birmingham winning. Mitchy Macbeth, Man U lost. I know, 4-2 against AC. Albacetti says Birmingham wins today. Don't know, you know. Cray, what do you think about the Derby v Charlton game? Glad we won. Well, Derby took the lead early on. I thought Derby were the better side for a large part of it. Sammy Smodics did really well. But yeah, Tyrese Campbell with the winner did really well for Charlton. So, surprise result, I've got to say, mate. I really thought that Derby would have at least enough to get a point there. But, hey, fair play. Charlton doing well. Can't knock him. Nathan Jones might be able to get him a little bit further up the table this season. Maybe touching the playoffs, who knows? Okay, second half about to get us off and underway. Let me just change the headline. Cheers, Shahid. Thank you very much. Glad you enjoyed it. What have we got saying on the other platforms? Key, now we've seen most of the opening day of the Championship. Who is your early prediction for playoffs? Well, I mean, based if we're just talking about based off today, my call for the playoffs seems to have gone mega wrong because I had Norwich and Norwich got beaten at home by West Brom. So yeah, Norwich didn't look great. Millwall were really good to win away at Ashton Gate. I think that's a tough place to go. So Millwall have done well. Probably no surprise there. QPR surprising a few maybe go and getting the result that they did away at Portsmouth. Jack Footy, right hand back. What did I miss? You didn't miss a huge amount, mate. Just we did our half-time quiz. That's about it. Dave says Norwich lost 2-1 at home on the opening day for the second season in a row. I know, and you said to me, didn't you, the defence is shocking. There's no way they're going to get promoted. But, I don't know. Borough surprised me. I thought, Lincoln did really, really well against Borough for large parts of that game as well. Probably no surprise that Vitor Matos and Swansea go and getting that result against Stoke. Hey, Paul Williamson, up the blades. Good to see you, mate. We're watching Sheffield United right now against Birmingham. Currently 0-0. It's not been the best start to the game for either side, has it? So yeah, honest answer, I haven't really changed my opinion. I still think that Norwich will be there or thereabouts. Kieran, who are you wanting to win, Key? In this one, I haven't really got a preference. I'm quite happy for either side to win. I'd just like either side to score, to be honest. I just love it if we actually got goals. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 games in the Championship today, and only one of them was both teams. Sorry, 6 out of the 7 were both teams to score. Only Bristol City drew a blank today out of all the teams. So it would ruin it a little bit, wouldn't it, if Sheffield United and Birmingham finished 0-0. Cheers for that, Adam. Thanks very much, mate. I just saw the hat. Hey, thanks very much, mate. Catherine says, Key, what leagues are we doing? What, like, in total? Probably the same ones we did last year. All of them. We'll do as I don't know. The honest answer is, Catherine, I don't know. Until the season gets going, we'll see what games are available on telly, what games people want to watch, what games carry the most weight in terms of excitement and interest. We just don't know yet. It's going to depend massively on that, on performance and availability and all sorts. Jean Lavin. I think Liverpool will get Barcola and Wharton at last. They've gone in for him. We can't get Wharton. I really don't want us to get Wharton. It's a bad idea if Liverpool get Wharton. Dave, Barry Bannan on his first league game back for the Owls, missed an absolute open goal. What score did that one finish? Yeah, what score was that in League One? Sheffield Wednesday. Oh, they won. They won away at Orient. Oh, fair enough. They still won then. Gamer Guru, Kazakhstan Super League. Yeah, I'm sure we'll watch a bit of that. We'll watch a little bit of Azerbaijan as well. Bit of Karabakh. We say that like it's a joke, to be fair. Catherine, Northern Irish Premiership, hopefully some games on BBC. See, I'll happily do Northern Irish Premiership, but obviously it'll be down the priority listings if it's like Liverpool's on at the same time, or Arsenal's on at the same time, or Chelsea or United or City are on at the same time. Or even Barcelona, Real Madrid. If those games are on at the same time, chances are it's going to get pushed right down the pecking order, because the brutal truth, Catherine, is there's a lot less people who are interested in watching Linfield and Coleraine and Larne as there are Barcelona, Real Madrid, Man United, Liverpool. And as much as I don't mind watching it, I'll watch it if there's nothing else. If there's no other games on, and I think that's the best game on, then yeah, absolutely, let's do it. But it's tough. It's tough to pick it over the better ones, or the more popular ones, or the ones where we think there's real jeopardy, real quality as well. Dave, it's nice to see Orient back in the league after being relegated to non-league. Yeah, good to see Orient back in the O's. Some games are on Wednesdays, which is the worst day, isn't it, really? Wednesdays are going to be European games, so Champions League, Europa League, Conference League. Ryan, hi, key mate. Good to see you, Ryan. How's things? Half time just gone in this one, or second half second half has kicked off now. Sheffield United 0, Birmingham City 0. Jack, I watch NIFL when I need stress relief. Not too bad, actually. I mean, yeah, football is a good stress reliever anyway, whatever game you watch. I quite like watching footy. Full stop. I think quite like is probably an understatement, isn't it? Given the amount of footy we've watched on here over the years. Daz, Kia, are you doing both games tomorrow or just one? I'm doing the Community Shield and Liverpool v Como. There's only one game being televised, mate, Liverpool-Como, so 6 o'clock, we're going to do that one. Strike from Birmingham, comfortably over the bar. Didn't think you watch much footy at all. Part-timer, aren't I, really? Yeah, there you go. I was going to say, Daz, the first team. Yeah, the one that's being played at 11:30 a.m. is at the AXA. It's behind closed doors. So Liverpool play Como at AXA behind closed doors, and I think there is a live stream of it. But yeah, I'm going to be doing the Community Shield, and then the later game Liverpool Como. So I'm not going to do 2 Como games. We'll just do the later one, the one at Anfield. John Shaw's, is Phillips playing watching on my phone and my eyes are bad? No, Calvin Phillips is not playing, mate. Calvin Phillips hasn't even been named on the bench today. So Calvin Phillips is still out injured for Sheffield United, unfortunately, as is Shackleton. The bench for Sheffield United today is Riedewald, Wan, Doherty, Davis, Chong, Campbell, Burrows, Baptiste and Arblaster. So, yeah, Calvin Phillips not available for them to pick today. Ryan, do you think Munoz will go to Everton? Gotta say, I'm surprised. I never saw that one coming. I'm surprised Palace are even willing to let him go. He's a very, very good player. Everton desperately need a right back. Who do you think there is really? We were talking about this earlier, mate. Yeah, I think Alex Freeman's the one that stands out for me. Yeah, Alex Freeman. Maybe Ignace van der Bremt as well. Ignace van der Bremt at Como's maybe another one worth looking at. And the young lad, what's his name? Is it Zanoli? Alessandro Zanoli, I think. Or I can't remember his name. He plays for Udinese. There's an Udinese right back, a Como right back, and Alex Freeman, who plays for Villarreal, USA right back. All of them would fit. Yeah, all of them would fit David Moyes' profile. Wants a tall right back, doesn't he? Long throw in into the box from Birmingham City. 50 minutes on the clock. This has been a really, really dull game so far, I've got to say. We've had some dull games recently, but this is right up there. This is up there with Plymouth and Exeter. Ryan, who's the Villarreal left back? The one I've just said, mate. Alex Freeman. Alex Freeman. Giffer, hey mate, Lincoln fan here. Yes, up the imps. How are you, mate? Good to see you. Cracking result. Well, not a cracking result, but a cracking performance today from Lincoln up at the Riverside, wasn't it? Disappointing in the end to lose so late on to that second Lancashire goal, but definitely played well enough to get a point out of it at least. Vicente with a strike from the edge of the box from Birmingham there. Good effort. Dragged it wide. Took a deflection. It's going to be a corner. Does he give a corner? Yes. Corner kick to Birmingham. Carlos Vicente starting to grow into the game a little bit more. He's been probably the biggest threat for Birmingham in this one. He's had a couple of shots, couple of chances. Short corner from Birmingham. Strike. Miles over the bar. Shocking. John says, who's had their pants pulled down? Palace or Everton in the player swap deal? Palace. Palace 1,000,000%. When you consider Brennan Johnson signed for Palace from Spurs for 35 million in January just gone. And Palace had a deal agreed with Everton for, was it 15 million? 17 million for Dwight McNeil last summer. Dwight McNeil was ready to go to Palace, and in the end, Everton pulled the plug. So if Dwight McNeil last summer was worth about 15 to 20 million less, and in January of this year, Brennan Johnson was worth 35, can you reasonably argue that Brennan Johnson's value has plummeted by about half in that 6-month period? I don't think it has. He wasn't brilliant at Palace, but he wasn't dreadful. He just wasn't, he didn't really get many chances. I think he played, was it like 17 games? Didn't really do a whole lot in that second half of the season. So Brennan Johnson, you know, I can't argue that his value has halved. And I also can't argue that Dwight McNeil, who barely played for Everton last season, his value has gone up from 15 million to 25, 30, or whatever we consider Brennan Johnson to be. So you can't really square those two things, can you? Everton have definitely got the better of the deal. And if Everton then go and get Munoz from Palace, I think if they've massively had Palace's pants down. Giffer says, played so well. Had the ball in the back of the net before that goal too, disallowed. Didn't think I'd be disappointed. Showed how well we played. Yeah, I'll be honest, I really, really thought that was going to be an incredibly difficult difficult away place for Lincoln to go. I thought it was almost certainly going to be a Borough away win. Or Borough home win. And the fact that you went there and did so well, unlucky, but it bodes well, doesn't it? Bodes well for the Imps this season. FPL have a pint. Are you going a Burnley v West Ham watch along before Liverpool? I'm not, mate, no, because I'm going to be doing the Community Shield instead. Arsenal versus Man City is a 2:30 p.m. kickoff. So as much as I would like to do Burnley West Ham, I am really intrigued by that one. We are going to be watching Arsenal City tomorrow. Braden says, yo, where can I watch the game? You can watch it on Sky Sports. Sky Sports main event. It's gone behind. It's going to be a corner. Nope. Throw into Birmingham. Graham Hodges. We are Blades. Men from the lane. Long throw-in from Birmingham again. Every single time Birmingham are getting a throw-in, they're going and doing the whole long throw thing. Getting someone over from the opposite side to whip it in. Or launch it in, whatever adjective you want to use. Three stars says, if anything, Forest missed out big style. The club should have brought Brennan back to Forest. Yeah, I mean, I would have thought that might have been the better solution if he wasn't settled at Palace. Which is maybe the case. Maybe that's what's happened, because he went to Tottenham, didn't quite thrive at Spurs. He went to Palace, again, London, didn't quite thrive. Maybe he's just not settled in the south. Maybe he does need to move up north, and that he's preferring that way of life. You would have thought Forest might have been a better option for him. I mean, it was Oliver Glasner ultimately brought him to Palace, didn't he? Although maybe he brought him to Palace and has seen enough from him in the last however many games at Palace to think, I don't want to work with this guy. John, are you an Everton fan? If so, thoughts on Calvert-Lewin doing so well for my club Leeds? I'm not an Everton fan, mate. No, I'm a Liverpool fan. But I watch a lot of football. That's what we do here at the Matchday Tavern. We watch a game, at least one game, every single day. And we watched Sheffield United v Birmingham. Now we watched Notts County Leicester at 12:30. Tomorrow we're doing 2 more games. And as the Premier League season kicks off, there'll be live games every single day here as well. Same as there was last season. This has been such a shite game. Now I have to remember this as my first stream. Yeah, Sheffield United 0, Birmingham 0. Give it time. Maybe it will end up being a nice, a 4-all. I can't see it somehow. Luke Doyle, Birmingham should have had a pen in the first half. No, not that one on Priska. That wasn't a pen. I didn't think that was a pen. As a neutral, as an outsider, I didn't think that was a pen at all. Braden says, what do you think about Jeremy Doku? Would he be good at Liverpool? I think he would. Beggars can't be choosers at the minute. Liverpool probably do need left wingers. Wingers we need, but we're kind of overstocked with left wingers at the minute. Rio Ingamoa, Victor Munoz, we're about to sign Bradley Barcola. So Doku's probably not one we would need, but he's a good player. I like Doku. Raul Hernandez, what a shit game. I wish we'd picked better. That's a great ball. Birmingham are in here. This is a massive chance. If he can find, all he's got to do is roll it inside. Oh, Carlos Vicente. Oh, he's made an absolute pig's arse of it. It's a fabulous ball through. He's clean through on goal. All he's got to do is roll it to his left. And there's 2 Birmingham players waiting to tap it in. Instead, he can't get his pass away and it goes behind for the corner. You can see him shaking his head. Disappointment from Carlos Vicente. Very nearly 1-0 Birmingham, though. Good defending from Japhet Tanganga. I think he's incredibly underrated, by the way. Braden, watch your Twitch. It's the same one as this, mate. If you search the Matchday Tavern, you'll find it. There's a link right at the bottom of this live as well. Good ball in. Headed away by Birmingham. Headed away by Sheffield United. Birmingham play it back in. 6-yard box. Out. It's going to be a corner kick, is it? How's that not a corner? How's that not a corner? He smashed it against the Sheffield United defender. That has to be a corner. No. Goal kick. Albie, who appears to be getting the upper hand in this game, or do you reckon it'll be a draw? I think it'll be a draw, but if any team is going to win it, I would say it's going to be Birmingham. What a hairdo this is that's coming on. It's Tahith Chong, I think, about to enter the fray. He's added some dye. He's added some dye to the afro. Tahith Chong and Campbell come on for Ramel Donovan and Tom Cannon. Juan Castillo, how's it going? Carl, did you catch the United result key? So depressing, mate. Ruben Amorim gets his first win as AC Milan manager against Man United. Brilliant. City of Northfield easily saw that coming with how dirty we did Amorim. He was going to come correct. Catherine Key, how long do the descriptions take to write? Looks very long. Not long at all, actually. No, quite short, to be honest. Raul Perez, bro, this game sucks. No goals yet. I wish I could help you, mate. I wish I could get goals in the game. Was Johnson and McNeil a direct swap deal? Both 25 million. But why on earth would Dwight McNeil be 25 million quid? They agreed a deal for like 17 million last summer. How's his value gone up and Brennan Johnson's has dropped by 10? Doesn't make any sense. Last 30 minutes at Bramall Lane. It's been a superlatively terrible watch so far. But hey, we've enjoyed chatting football along the way. Great play from Birmingham. Excellent play. 4-on-2 for Birmingham if they get this right. Lovely pass inside. Hit it. Excellent defending from Tahith Chong. Was it coming back? Birmingham strike. Good save. Low down by Cooper. Birmingham still got hold of the ball. Got to get the ball in the box. Header. Oh, flicked on. It's gone behind for a goal kick. Massive chance. Birmingham now really ramping up the pressure. If ever it does look like there's going to be a winner in this, it's going to be Birmingham City. So far, excellent play. Chris Wilder looking worried. Excellent play down the left-hand side. Chong, who's just come on, did fantastically well defensively there. But excellent strike low down. What a brew says, see the York game, Key. Double promotion possibly on the cards. I haven't seen it, but I'm assuming they got the win. Great result. Braden, do you react to the Twitch chat? Not usually, no. Jammy Dodgers, Sheffield United look atrocious. Not good. Yeah, I mean, Chris Wilder has got to do better this season with these. I don't think there was to some extent there was a little bit of patience with him last season because they finished the season. Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag, wasn't it? Really, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They got 3 wins in 11 to finish the season. That's bad. That's really bad, isn't it? 3 wins in 11 to finish the season, and they finished in 13th place, a whopping 13 points from the playoff places. And you've got to imagine that those 3 wins in 11, that's Sheffield United could have ended up turning it round. And you could say that for a lot of teams. Obviously, there was sure Bristol City and Swansea and Birmingham would feel the same as well. City of Northville, the pitch in Poland was so bad that people kept slipping without it even being wet, like the pitch was wobbly. I was terrified someone was going to get an ACL. And Shahid says, Key, do you think FSG should leave and let Bezos and Batia take over, or should they stay? They're going to leave. Yeah, they're going to leave, but they're going to leave in 12 months' time. The next 12 months is basically a handover. That's the whole process. It's a handover process where FSG kind of teach them how to run a football club, and then they run it in 12 months. They'll buy the club, and that's how it'll be. Okay, another change about to occur here for Sheffield United. Is it going to be Harrison Burrows about to come on? I think it might be. We've already seen Ramel Donovan and Tom Cannon leave for Tahith Chong and Tyrese Campbell, who've come on. And it looks like we might be about to see maybe Harrison Burrows, or was it Ollie Arblaster? I don't know. They were under the bench. They were just getting stuff ready to come on, so it might be Arblaster possibly. Strike from Birmingham, straight at the keeper. Last 25, it was Jay Stansfield with the effort. Straight down the keeper's throat. Stephen Morton, I saw Walsall centenary game in 88 too. Ferguson, Man United got David Kelly's shirt hanging on the living room wall. Nice. Jammy Dodger, where has this Brooks and Hamer money even gone? Just looks the same squad as last season. I mean, to be honest, they've actually only got 3 new signings, was it, I think? Was it 3 new signings they've brought in this window, Sheffield United? 2 of them on loan. Calvin Phillips and Ramel Donovan. and obviously the fella in on a free. So yeah, there's obviously the money that's come in for. Who's coming off now? Hang on. Joe Rothwell for Ollie Arblaster. There you go. I thought it would be Arblaster. Ollie Arblaster coming on for Joe Rothwell to see if he can help get Sheffield United a foot on the ball, a foot in the game. You can see Wilder's not happy. They've not really had an awful lot of possession in the second half, to be honest. 57% to 43% in favour of Birmingham. Birmingham looking lots more dangerous. Tom Rightail, yeah, sleepy. Very sleepy this game. What do you think about the Xerxes links? Apparently United can't let him go until they've got someone in. Key, we should have watched United. Well, hey, listen, everyone's got 20/20 hindsight, haven't they? Raul says, I made a massive mistake putting the 1.5 in this game. My parlay's over, man. Dang. I've got over 1.5 as well. I think you don't worry, mate. We all thought it. I thought over 1.5 as well. What team do you expect Liverpool to field against Newcastle? Alisson, Frimpong, Araujo, Van Dijk, Kirkes, Soberslai, Gravenberch, McAllister, Barcola, I don't know actually. Maybe not. Maybe it'll be Soberslai, Gravenberch, Wirtz, Barcola, Isak, Rio Wengamoa. CJBWFC, your background setup is mint, mate. I love it. Cheers, man. Thank you. We rotate the shirts throughout the season, but lots and lots of footy shirts I've collected over the years. Metal Guru are waiting to sign Suter, as in Suter from Leicester City. He had a good game this morning, Suter. If it's that Suter, or it's his brother maybe. Jack says Argentine football, apart from River Plate Boca, is awful. What a brew. Do you think we'll have Barcola in by Sunday? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I think Barcola will be done now pretty consistently. Pretty consistently, you can see that happen when teams have already gone out and signed replacements. PSG have done their business now. They've gone and got Gertz, Ferran Torres and Akliouche. The Barcola deal will happen like that now. You'll see it over the next couple of days. Another guru. Long ball down the left-hand side. Sheffield United picking it up. O'Hare. Really, really good defending. Very, very good defending that from Birmingham. And it's out for a throw-in. Excellent play that from Asai Samuel. Callum, I think Liverpool should do... Jack A won't play against Newcastle, mate. He's not going to play against Newcastle. We're the 4:30 Sunday game, yes. Long throw-in again for Sheffield United. They're going to try and replicate what we saw with Birmingham at the other end of the pitch. McGuinness has come forward. McCullum throws it in. And it's going to be headed out for another throw-in. JDX, who do you think will win the Champions League this season? Well, let me know, chat. Who do you think will win the Champions League this season? What's your thoughts? I would say... I think it's probably going to be Real Madrid. I don't think PSG will get the three-peat. I think it's Real Madrid. I think Jose Mourinho comes in and does something pretty special. Long ball forward. Stansfield chasing it down. Knocked back towards his opposite number by Cooper. Here's O'Hare. Into Tyrese Campbell. Played in. And all the way through to Beadle. Quite easy. Up to 10 mil for Harry Suter. Yeah. Whew. That's a lot of money in it. He's a good defender, though. He is a good defender. Had a decent World Cup as well for Australia. £10 million, though, is a lot of money. Okay, Beadle knocks it long for Birmingham. Sheffield United pick up the second ball. And it's pumped straight back up the other end. But neither side able to keep the ball for more than 5 minutes here. Well, five passes rather, not 5 minutes. 5 minutes would be lovely. 5 passes. Let's see. Let's see how long Birmingham keep it here. There you go. They've given the ball straight away. Sheffield United get it back. 1 pass. O'Hare slides it in. Too much on it. And it's straight through to Beadle. Bamford, no legs. 20 minutes left at the end of this game. Let's see how many passes. Let's see how many times we can get one side to keep the ball for more than 3 passes successfully in a row. That's the challenge. That's the challenge. Let's see. The goalkeeper's got it now for Sheffield United. Cooper rolls it out to the right-hand side. Played forward. Campbell. Lovely little touch. Knocked over the top. Birmingham win it back. So there you go. 2 passes. Birmingham now have it with Clara. Clara plays it inside. Couple of short passes. We've got 3. There's 4. 5. Oh, nice and neat from Birmingham. Switched over to the other centre-back for Birmingham. Newman. Birmingham have a little spell of possession here. Jack Footy says, Key, do you think Arsenal are in contention for the Champions League? Yeah, I do. I think they've got a great chance of Champions League. Every year. You can't spend the money that they have and play the way that they do, and I think they're made for European football in many ways. So we'll see. We'll see. I think they've got a chance, but I don't think they will win it. They've always got a chance. You'd be silly to write them off. Good ball in. Birmingham again, dominating possession. What a pass that is. Lovely ball over to the left-hand side. Stansfield, what a cross. Oh, how's he not got a touch on that? Oh, it was Cochrane who put the cross in, and Priska, he was inches away from that being 1-0. Lovely ball in from Cochrane. Oh, he's got to throw himself at it. Lovely pass. Straight across the 6-yard box. There's a claim, maybe a half claim, that McGuinness shoved Priska in the back. Stansfield now coming off for Damari Gray. Bit more experience coming on the pitch here. Gamer Guru now says something mean about Arsenal to keep up appearances, Key. No, we're changing perceptions this season, mate. We're changing perceptions. I'm not the Arsenal hater anymore. I'm the Arsenal lover. Jack, I've heard people say Arsenal can't win it because they've never won it, but that logic makes no sense. PSG won it even though they hadn't won it before 2025. No, listen, Arsenal absolutely can win it. I don't think the way they play certainly sometimes suits it. I feel like you lack quality in the forward areas. I feel like Arsenal, even though you won the league last season, I'm not sure you've got even the 4th best attack in the league. Genuinely. I think you've got a great defence and a solid midfield, and that's what's won you the league. But the attack is a real problem, especially the way that you attack as well. You've got great attacking players, but I'm not sure that you've really got the quality that could win a Champions League. Oh, Sheffield United are in. Big chance. Should be 1-0. What a save. Fabulous save from Beadle. Exceptional save. Sheffield United should be 1-0 up. Against the run of play. Patrick Bamford played through. Lovely, lovely finish. Or it should have been. It was a lovely effort. But Beadle gets a big hand to it and keeps it out. And it's still 0-0. That was the chance. That was the chance. No, it wasn't. It wasn't a lovely finish. I thought he went across and it was a deflection. No, it was a terrible effort from Patrick Bamford. Once you get in that position, you've got to go low. You've got to go low and you've got to find the corners. Terrible from Bamford. It was a really easy save in the end. Hits it straight at Beadle. Sheffield United 0, Birmingham 0. Here's Damari Gray up against Sariki. Chong doubling up on him. City of Northville, Arteta has the heart of an insurance adjuster. Here's Damari Gray. Good ball in. Oh, that's unstoppable. And he's looking at his attackers like, lads, you've got to gamble there. That's such a good chance for any attacker. That's a dream crossing from Damari Gray. He puts the ball in and it bounces on the 6-yard line in front of the goalkeeper. You're just dying. Look at him. You're just dying for an attacker to run in and attack the space. It's a great ball in. Oh, look at, he's like that. Look and see him. He's literally like, lads, what are you doing? Get in the box. So bad. Jack Arteta has the brain of those people that say work smarter, not harder. Arsenal won't win it this season, but next season, trust, says Jerry McCringleberry. I think they need some X factors in attack, don't they? Gamer Guru, if we played PSG the way we treated Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, we would have won the final. The tactics were wrong, and I'd rather die by the sword than try to barely make it over the line. And Jack says, the fact is, Gamer Guru, PSG were worse than Bayern and Real Madrid when we played them, so we could have absolutely humiliated them. Frustrating night. Last 15 minutes, Burrows and one on for Bamford and McCallum. I think I'm pronouncing his name wrong. Is it one or One? Because he's got a thing over the E, hasn't he? Oh, is that onside? He was off. He was offside. Offside, Sheffield United there. Yeah, comfortably offside there. Catherine says, Key, who to win the Ballon d'Or? Who to win the Ballon d'Or this season? Has to be, for me, Kvaratskhelia. If I was picking a player that makes the biggest difference in football, I think it's Kvaratskhelia. Mbappe's probably going to win it, though. Yeah, get ready for Mbappe, maybe Yamal, but I would give it to Kvaratskhelia personally. I'd even give it to Marquinhos over those before I gave it to Mbappe. Sheffield United push forward. 79 minutes on the clock. Ball out to the right-hand side. Chong. Sloppy play. Back to O'Hare. Birmingham pick it up again. Second balls. All the way back to Beadle. Beadle pumps it long up the pitch. Very direct from Birmingham, and it's all the way through for McGuinness. Ral just missed out on 1k, bro. Dang it. Over 1.5 is dead now. I would say so. Sadly, mate, I'd love to say to you that there's going to be 2 goals in this, but I just don't see it. I think I'd be astonished if there was one. It's not been a good game. It's been a really poor watch, this one. But then again, it's still entertaining because we're watching football, and surely this is competitive club football is better than what we've been watching over the last few weeks and months. Jerry says Arsenal have the midfield defence, but Gyökeres, Solis and Goat Nelly isn't good enough to win a Champions League. Yeah, and even in front of him, I don't think, your Sakas and Havertz and Madueke are going to be enough either. 3 stars, Sheffield United looking like they've had a pre-season of packets of Woodbine and greasy chip butties. Jack says, bring Sesko to Arsenal, matches the system perfectly. Tall lad to meet Solis's crosses. Solis will do a lot better for Arsenal this season than many are maybe giving him credit for. Certainly on set pieces, if that's what they continue to rule on. Yeah, it seems to stack up that he'll do well for them. Birmingham, wonderful play. Good defending from Sheffield United. It's going to be a free kick, is it? And it might be a yellow card as well. Priska taken out. Now 4-0 to Celtic. In the Scottish Cup. Sariki just going through Priska there. Referee's not given a yellow card, but it's going to be a free kick to Birmingham. Opportunity to pump the ball into the box. Gamer Guru, 2 missed penalties were the reason we lost. Though don't act like we didn't sit 1-0 most of the game, and a silly penalty got PSG the goal. I know, but you could also argue the opposite, couldn't you? I mean, you probably shouldn't have scored the way that you did. That was a handball every day of the week from Trossard, but you scored it. And in the same way that I think they deserved their penalty, in the same way that maybe you deserved your bit of luck in getting that. And you could also argue Saka. You should have had a penalty against you in the first half when Saka handballs it twice. So, yeah, I mean, I would say Arsenal rode their luck in that final. And in the end, I think it was probably just about the right result. Penalty's still very unlucky, but on the balance of play, I'd say it was probably the right result. Lovely ball inside. Tyrese Campbell, excellent play. Sheffield United hit it. Oh, what are you doing? Claim for the penalty. Never. Soft, didn't even claim, actually. Looked at the referee. There was a little bit of a glance at the referee to see, are you going to give it? Are you going to give it? But he never actually appealed. He knew that wasn't a pen. Good defending from Birmingham. Jerry says that Saka handball was literally the same as the PSG v Bayern handball, and that wasn't given. No, I disagree. There was one given in the PSG Bayern game that was given. The one right at the end of the first half. That was very similar. Sura, he was on loan at Swansea, 11 games, 0 goals. Oh, Gyökeres. That was a long time ago, though. Yeah, it was never a penalty. But it is going to be a free kick to Sheffield United here. Tyrese Campbell over it. Harrison Burrows over it as well. And there's going to be a change for Birmingham. They're about to bring on new signing Luis Vasquez. Luis Vasquez, former Boca centre forward. Still quite young, Luis Vasquez, 25. He was at Getafe last season, Anderlecht before that, but very highly thought of when he was at Boca. No, that was good defending. That's a dive. That is a total dive. Total dive, that. Really, really poor, that from Harrison Burrows. Swifty, evening key. I'm back home after a great day. We earned a point. I know, fantastic result, wasn't it? Really good play by Notts County in the end to get that result. Batashag, draw. I think it will be. I think it's going to finish 0-0 this one. The young lad, Ryan, is it Ryan 1 or Ryan One? He has got the thing above the E, so it might be One. He has just gone off with a bit of cramp. He needed some treatment. I don't know if he's going to be able to stay on or if Sheffield United might have to deal with the last 5-6 minutes with 10 men. Who knows? I think he should be all right. Oh, nay. Okay. Oh, nay it is. Thank you. Appreciate that, Metal Guru. I'm here trying to call him Ryan 1. Ryan One it is. Lovely ball forward. Sheffield United cleared away by Birmingham. Birmingham now on the counter-attack. He's all on his own, really, Priska. Needs to find... Oh, it's a good pass. Really good pass. Now Birmingham have got 3 in the box. Sheffield United loads back, though. Cleared away to O'Hare. Just too slow, that, from Birmingham, wasn't it? Far too slow. Swifty, they control possession and we hit them in 15-minute spells. Great game opening day. Yeah, did well today, Notts County. It was a good game. Really enjoyed watching that. Held your own against the good Leicester side. This charming Dan Tahith Chong looks like he asked the barber for the Carlos Valderrama look with his new Barnet. Shame he's not as good. Carlos Valderrama was quality, wasn't he? Great ball in from Birmingham. Far post. Keepers all day, that one. Last 5 minutes, folks, plus injury time. Last 5 plus injury time to go. Okay, One's come back on. he's going to be able to carry on for the last 4 or 5 minutes or so, but he does look uncomfortable. So Sheffield United maybe down to 10 in all but number. Priska's about to come off for Luis Vasquez. Who else is coming on for Birmingham? I think it's going to be Carlos Vicente off for Ethan Laird, is it? Yeah, Ethan Laird's going to come on for Vicente, Vasquez for Priska. That seems like, in principle, like it might be a defensive change for Birmingham. Big question remains, how many added minutes? QPR to surprise a few people this season. I agree, yeah, it was a great result for QPR, wasn't it, this weekend against Portsmouth away at Fratton Park. Really good result, 3-1. Still surprised by Norwich getting beat by West Brom as well. And Chesterfield. What about Chesterfield getting beat by Fleetwood down in League 2? Some massive results today in the Football League. Adam, if I was that Birmingham right-sided player putting them sumptuous balls in, I'd be grabbing that Priska and having words. I mean, to be honest, Damari Gray was already pulling his hair out, wasn't he, at the end? I think that's what's prompted the substitution for Vasquez to come on. Because Vasquez is, at the very least, he's not the most clinical striker, but he is someone with movement. He knows how to attack the space. You know, I think Birmingham would already be 1-0 up if he was on the pitch when those crosses were coming in. Metal Guru, after the pre-season we've had in the transfer window so far, happy to sneak a draw as a United fan. It's been a mixed bag today. I think at times you could argue Sheffield United have maybe had the better chances. That Bamford one in the second half, you probably should be in front, but then Birmingham as well, they've had their moments, couple of half chances. It's not been a game blessed with chances, has it? I think on the balance of play, it's certainly fair result, a draw. Beadle pumps it long, but there's still time for a late winner for either side. Can't really rule it out on the opening day. Sariki gets shoved in the back there from Damari Gray, and it's a free kick. City of Northville says today they visibly were not playing normally. That pitch had everyone really cautious. They were playing the way you'd see in pissing rain. And Braden says, what's your prediction for the Inter Milan v Betis game? It's a friendly, innit? Yeah, it's a friendly, so you can't really make too much of a prediction on that one. I would never, ever predict the friendlies. It's not worth doing. This charming Dan, I hope QPR do well. Dennis Sirkin just signed for them. I hope he smashes it. If he can stay fit, he could be a huge player for them. Well, he came from Newman, didn't he? Was that where he signed for them from? Sunderland. I know he's ex-Spurs, isn't he, Dennis Sirkin? 3-star Reds, bottom of the championship table, looking good. Oh, Forest, very happy to see Derby down there. Sheffield United, counter-attack. Can't quite work it through to O'Hare. And now Beadle has an opportunity to pump it long. We are almost up at 90 minutes now. It might well be full time. Oh, terrible. Terrible pass. Birmingham pick it back up again. Every time it's got into the final third and Sheffield United have had a chance to play any sort of incisive pass, any sort of get your head up and just play it to feet, or even just a little bit in front, they've always massively got it wrong. And you could say the same with Birmingham as well. It has been a bit disjointed today from both teams. Probably the hallmarks of a first game of the season, hasn't it? 4 minutes of added on time there's going to be. We're already 25 seconds in to the first minute. So it's looking like it's going to be our first 0-0 of the season, folks. We've not yet done a 0-0. What was the last 0-0 we did on the channel? We haven't yet done a 0-0, I don't think. Is it our first 0-0 on the Matchday Tavern? We did lots of 0-0s on Premier League Dad, by the way. Premier League Dad is the channel we had last season. 24,000 subscribers over there. We watched a game every single day, and we're going to do that over here now this season on the Matchday Tavern. A game, at least one watch-along every single day. That's what the Matchday Tavern's about. Lots of different fans, lots of different clubs coming together and having a chat and watching the game together, enjoying the footy. So if you fancy watching football with different fans of different clubs, this is the place to do it. I always find if you're watching footy with, your own fans of your own club, sometimes it becomes a bit of an echo chamber. You don't really get balanced opinions. Oh, unlucky, good football again. That might be a free kick and a yellow card. No. Up he gets, our blaster. Damari Gray left one on him there. 2 minutes left. Jack Footy, I'll see you all when I can join next. No worries, mate. Yeah, we'll see you soon. Take it easy. Good to have you in the chat today. Good to have another Arsenal fan in. We've got quite a few Arsenal fans in. As a Liverpool fan myself, I'm feeling rather dominated on the Matchday Tavern. This charming Dan, his contract just ended with us. He did well last season when he came in, but he was never getting in ahead of Reynildo. We're also trying to sign Dejan Metali from Toulouse. Well, you have signed him today, haven't you? Yeah, that's done. Fabrizio Romano reported it about an hour ago. Dejan Metali, he's pretty much good to go. So that's a hell of a signing for Sunderland. John Solis has come on for Birmingham. Not come on. I thought he got booked, I was going to say. Not come on. He's not come on. He's already been on the pitch the entire game. He's got booked. Or he's been told off anyway. I don't think he did get booked. He got told off by the referee there. I think it was a bit of dissent, possibly. .93 minutes on the clock. I think this is the final attack coming up. Tyrese Campbell, good play down the right-hand side from Asai Samuel to put it out. Good tackle. Fascinating contest down that side there now. Campbell brings a bit more pace than they had with Bamford. Here's Harrison Burrows. Plays it back. Back to Burrows again. Burrows driving in. O'Hare. Switch your play over to the right-hand side. Sheffield United, chance to put the ball in. Birmingham, good defending from Clara. And it's out for a throw in to Sheffield United. Or does he give a free kick here? I think he might give a free kick. And I think that might be it, to be honest. It's going to be a free kick. Yeah, free kick to Birmingham. And that is probably going to be it. The 4 minutes of added time are up. Kieran, what a shit match that was. It wasn't great, was it? Sorry, folks. We thought it'd be a classic. We thought we'd have a great game today, but it's not been the best. And there you go, the referee has blown up. Wilder and Davis just shaking hands. Not the best game today, but hey, listen, we can't have all classics. We've always tried to find the best games, but today wasn't the best one. Sheffield United 0, Birmingham 0. We'll be back tomorrow for 2 more watch-alongs. We've got the Community Shield, Arsenal versus Manchester City. Hopefully you'll join me for that. After that, we're going to be watching Liverpool against Como in their final pre-season friendly. And that's going to be our final friendly of the season. After that, we're straight into competitive football. Monday night, we're going to be doing Cardiff City against Wrexham in the Championship. Should be great on Monday Night Football. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we've got European football. Loads of Champions League, Europa League, Conference League watch-alongs coming up. Brighton away in the Conference League against Tromsø. We've got Celtic playing their Champions League game. Rangers too playing in the Conference League now. So lots of games coming up early next week in Europe. Hopefully you'll join me for those. If you're new around here, do us a favour, hit like on the way out. Hit subscribe if you're new and you've enjoyed it and you want to see more of these watch-alongs popping up in your feed. Maybe you'll join us again for a game in future, whether it's for your team or whoever. But it's a great community of football fans. Lots of fantastic people. I'm very lucky, very blessed to get to watch football every day with you folk. And we are back tomorrow. Yes, 3 o'clock. Community Shield. Take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. And I'll see you tomorrow. Sunday, Community Shield at Millennium Stadium. Arsenal City. Come on, City. See you all tomorrow. Ta-da.